What's up, guys? I'm Duke James. Thank you for joining me. This is Vietnam 3.0, or I guess Dai Viet 3.0, because we never actually formed Vietnam, because it's not really possible to do that. So we are Dai Viet 3.0. Alright, 1734, I believe, is the year over here. That's what that says. I think I mentioned taking stuff from the nobility. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and take stuff from the nobility. Not industrial property, although the nobles do have 1,000 units of industrial property, which actually seems like a decent amount for them to own. I'm going to take 50% of their farmland. That's 2,273 units of farmland we're going to redistribute from the nobility. That'll decrease their loyalty from 68% to 53%. For some reason, I always think that it's a hit of 25% loyalty, but it's 15% loyalty. So it's actually a lot less bad than I think it is. I'm gonna go ahead and just immediately take that land from the nobles and give it to the peasants. So I'm going to give the peasants 50% of my farmland. So I took 2,200 units of farmland from the nobles. I'm going to give 4,000 units of farmland to the peasants. So I'm fulfilling the quote-unquote communism part of the campaign now, because mostly I have been just doing it right now because of that 10 corruption, so I had to get into a spot where corruption is not that bad, and when I do get extra corruption, it'll tick down faster. So that's why I've waited so long to really start doing this en masse, although I did do it a couple times in the campaign. That's pretty much why. And then we also lose 1 stability point. A little bit of stability increase interval plus 10%, negative 20 relations between the bureaucrats and the state. I think they hate me. Yeah, the bureaucrats are actually only negative 20, so I think they were negative 100 at one point, so that's actually improved with corruption decreasing. That helps out the bureaucrats. I'm not sure if that does anything with the faction's loyalty, but that at least helps out here. So 4,000 units of farmland to the peasants. And I think some of that farmland, specifically in Borneo, this is not Kalimantan, this is Borneo, even though it says Kalimantan. As a viewer pointed out, Kalimantan is the, I believe, Indonesian part of this island, of the island of Borneo, because there's also Brunei and then another country, Malaysia, I think owns part of this island as well, Borneo. So I'm just gonna call it, might call it Kalimantan, might call it Borneo. Yeah, so this province, my original point is this province has a lot of farmland. I think I've been doing investment here, so a lot of it is negative. Negative 327 ducats there. Negative 212 ducats there. Negative 473 ducats there. So this island is contributing to this negative 110 ducat balance that we have. So getting rid of 50% of this farmland, it'll get rid of good farmland up here in these provinces. Like this province is plus 564 ducats, this province is plus 837 ducats. I think those are the 2 best provinces. This one is 460, this one is 392. Those are, I believe, the 4 best provinces, and then these down here might be good as well. This one is 263, 161, and 164, yes. So these 4 provinces are the best farm provinces in our country. A lot of these provinces can actually become pretty good because they have high farm size. Like this province has 2,411 size farmlands, but that's going to take a long time to actually get people into that province to work those fields. So probably not going to see this province really producing a lot in this campaign because it is 1734, but I definitely want to try to increase that farmland size here and run into those deficits in order to increase my population to the goals that I want to get to, so I'm going to probably run deficits. But I have 20,000 ducats, and I should be able to attack China for money if I need it, so let's go ahead and redistribute that land. Hopefully that helps out with this balance a little bit, giving some of this farmland over here to them. Might balance out, like I said, with the loss up here. Not sure how much we actually own up here, though, so... Let's see, farmland here... We own 25%, so 144 ducats, compared to down here. We own 56% in this province, losing 266 ducats, and... this province we own 45%, so we probably own around half of the farmlands here, and 25% over here. Yeah, 7%, oh wait, no, that's industrial. Yeah, about 25% up here, 50% here. I think the getting rid of this 50% will be better, will come out better, even though we're losing half of the 25% here. But we'll see, maybe I'm wrong. The other thing is, I know how much everybody loves censuses, so I'm going to look at industry specifically, because we did a couple of ideas that increase our industrial production, like pretty much this. So peasant labor supply plus 20%, I don't think that does anything with industry, but urban production efficiency plus 10% there. Urban production efficiency plus 10% here, and urban output plus 10%. So, looking at industry, specifically industrial industry, I have the image here. We did that in 1723, so we did that 11 years ago. Our consumer production in 1723 was 1,003 units. Our consumer production right now is 1,219 units. So we, in 11 years, we increased our consumer production by 216 units. To a 216 unit consumer unit increase in 11 years. Military was 147, so that increased to 176. Which doesn't seem like a lot, but that's, what, 29? 27 divided by 147 is an 18% increase, so we increased military production by 18%. Naval was 336, and it's now 492, so we increased naval production by 130 units, which was 336, 492 is 156 units divided by 336. That was a 46% increase in naval production in 11 years. So we almost increased our naval production by 50% in a decade. Industrial production was 405, and it's now 572. So that was negative 404. What happened there? I'm fat fingering my keys. That is a increase of 167 units of industrial units in 11 years. That is an increase of about 40%. So So 40% industrial production increase. That's pretty good. And luxury is 524 now. It was 415. So that's an increase of 109 units. And 26%. 26% increase in luxury production in 10 years. That's what, like 20% consumer production increase, 20% military, 46% naval, 20% luxury, 40% industrial increase. And now these are all pretty much really, the production is really outstripping demand in most of these. We now have a 500 unit consumer surplus. About a 45-ish military surplus. We have a massive naval surplus, like we're practically not using anything, despite me having 132 ships. I think there's a little disconnect between naval, naval industry production and what you actually use. I haven't really noticed any kind of like scaling, and I'm not sure if naval materials is tied to this in any way. But that is a 450 unit surplus. Industrial, we have a close to 200 surplus there, and more than 200 surplus of luxury. Luxury goods, so we're doing pretty good in terms of that stuff. Now, some of that might have actually just been because we have more population, but I assume most of that is because of this idea group. This province is getting about 15,000 residents per year, so it does have 1.3 million residents in it, which is the most in the world, as it is the largest city in the world. I'm not sure what this was, but I'm pretty sure like 20 years ago this was like 1.1. So that's increased by about 200,000 in what, 10 or 20 years? So that's actually increasing a lot. And that's really only going to increase more with time. Hasn't led to much of a increase in profitability. It's about 884. But I think as long as I keep pouring money into that industry in this province, it'll be good long term. I'm not sure what knowledge production was, but we have a 400 unit surplus in that regard as well. We also have a 1,200 food surplus. Salt's kind of screwed, but that's gonna happen because we don't have any salt mines in our country. Fiber is also screwed because of the industry increase, so fuel is pretty good. Raw materials, we're building a lot, so that's gonna be pretty bad. And exotic goods, some of these you can't really do much, or exotic goods is the main one that is in that category, so. Then I'm here, so just to look at population, I think it's the same as before, but I haven't looked at this in a while, so we're growing at about 140,000. We need 9.5 million tenants and 5.5 million residents. We're growing residents at about 50,000 per year. Well, that's actually pretty good. I think we should be able to hit that. Hit our goals. Peasant wealth is actually 1 ducat. More than 1 ducat, that's actually pretty good. Their income is more than they're spending. And hopefully that improves with that farmland that we're giving them. So hopefully that increases even more. Residents are doing pretty good. Nobles doing pretty good. Burghers are spending a lot, probably with the resident wages. But I'm pretty sure the burgher life, comfort, and luxury and knowledge are capped or pretty close to it. Apparently comfort is not. I think 2.3 is the cap. So their life is capped. Comfort is pretty close to it. Yeah, because you see, comfort and luxury for the clergy are 2.3, 2.2. I think that's around the cap. Tenant life is about 1.4, comfort 1.3, luxury 0.9, knowledge 1.9, so I could do a little bit better here. This should improve if they get more money, if they make more money than they spend. Really just trying to do investments, getting their incomes up. I think from now until the end of the campaign, I'll just constantly be building ships because my naval force limit is 321, and that should only increase as I build more harborages. So I'm at about less than half of my naval force limit. So I'm really just going to start spamming merchant ships, trade ships, and sprinkle in some heavies in there. Probably won't ever have enough of a navy to defeat Mings. Because their navy is, well, they only have 62 heavies. They have 62 heavies, 77 lights, 320 galleys, 30 transports. I also assume their fleet is old, because the AI never really upgrades their ships. But that means if you destroy their fleet, then they build new ships, and then those ships are upgraded, so you pretty much get one war with their outdated ships. You'll probably build 100 heavies. That should probably take care of them if I fight, like, down here, off my own coast, but not off their coast. It's also good to fight down here because that's not inland sea, so their galleys wouldn't get double fighting ability. Their navy morale is also lower, but that's also because they're doing less naval maintenance. Their durability is 12% compared to 30%. Their navy tradition is actually better. What does navy tradition even do? I don't even know where... There we go. Navy tradition is kind of so pointless, I don't even know where it is. Gives a little bit of morale of navies, some naval material stockpile speed, some blockade efficiency, recover navy morale speed, and privateer efficiency. Yeah, none of this is particularly great compared to morale of armies, manpower recovery speed, fort defense, siege ability, landfire damage, and shock damage from army tradition. You can pretty much just forget this even exists, really. It's so pointless. I'm really just gonna build up ships. And the thing is, this province only has a harbor rank 4, so if I got this up to harbor rank 7, that would be so much more force limit. Why am I looking at... No, I'm looking at irrigation. No, this is harborage. Okay, it's harborage rank 5, so if I get that to... If I get that up 2 more levels... Gives naval force limit per 1,000 burghers 6.4, naval force limit per 1,000 residents 0.8. So rank 6 gives 1 naval force limit per 1,000 residents. I assume that means it's 1 ship. 1 ship per 1,000 residents, although that might be... That might not be true, because then we would have a naval force limit of like 1,000. And then river provinces provide 10% of the value listed, so you don't want to build harborages inland for naval force limit. But yeah, that should be pretty good. Also rank 5 in my capital. My capital's not building anything, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's build something here. Amenities are rank 7, so I don't have to do anything with that. Garrison's kind of pointless. Pathing's kind of pointless. Irrigation, capital. This is the autonomy map mode. I don't think I can actually build anything here. For some reason I can't select some of these provinces in the South Philippines. I'm probably not going to do anything there, but that would be a pretty good spot for a capital. But I'll probably build a capital here and maybe like one up here and one in Luzon. So a capital here is probably not that good. Global CE reduction would be 4%. Since we're on the ocean, I'll skip that and either build a harborage or irrigation. How many people? 735,000 residents living here. I don't think Naval Force Limit is that much of a priority for me since I'm only at 50%, so I'll probably build irrigation or at least see how much that costs. Rank 5 irrigation would cost 315 ducats. That seems like it must be decaying then. Yeah, I think I tried to build that before, but not enough is being spent here, so it decayed. Although it says elite investment is 166, which elite investment alone should be enough to cover maintenance spending. But then we're paying 84 ducats, so not sure why this would decay, but I'll go ahead and build that, because that's only 315 ducats. Hopefully that does not decay anymore. Building amenities here, let that go ahead and build, because I think I need it. Yeah, 2,500 residents are dying here. I think I mentioned this before, but once that amenities is built, that should hopefully be a swing of about 5,000 residents per year. So that's about 10% of their resident growth. So that'll be good in terms of getting that resident growth goal going. I think what I'm gonna do is end this part here and pick it up in the next part now. So, thank you for watching. Goodbye.